You know, one of my favorite Shakespeare quotes is, "Though this be madness, yet there is method in it." Wow, he must have seen this show.
Well, I'm pretty sure there weren't TVs back then, but today, William Shakespeare's spirit and genius are kept alive by Shakespeare in Detroit, a troupe of talented and dedicated performers who bring his timeless messages to the masses. And the person who personifies the passion for these performances is artistic director and founder Samantha White.
Well, why do you think Shakespeare has stood the test of time? I mean, it's been how many years now since he's been gone?
400.
400 years.
400.
That's a while. Why do you think it's lasted so long?
Because at the end of the day, once we take the costumes off, the humanity of it is what matters. So if you get cold, if you've ever been in love, if you've ever been jealous, if you've ever been betrayed, if you've ever wished to make your life better, or seen someone in pain or lost a family member, Shakespeare matters. It still matters.
Well, it's so beautiful, it's so intelligent, and like you said, it relates to the human condition. And how do you think it relates to Detroit?
Oh, if any city in the world can relate to Shakespeare, it's Detroit, because of all the human emotion that's happened in this city. So we've had a lot of drama on all levels, and now I think there's a shift happening, and so there's a bit of emotion with people not really sure about the change that's happening in the city, and so all of that emotion I think is relevant to our play today, The Merchant of Venice, where people are engaging who aren't necessarily used to being around each other and trying to figure that out. But when you watch the play, you realize that we're all the same.
What do you think attracts these young actors and actresses to Shakespeare?
I think it's the energy of Shakespeare in Detroit. It's a really energetic group, and I think the energy starts with me because I love it so much, and I'm from the city, and so I really care about Detroit, and I really love Shakespeare, and then I disperse that energy to them, and they pick up on it, and it's so interesting because we don't do Shakespeare in the same place ever. Every summer we come back to this park, but during the regular season we could be in a recycling center, we could be in a garden, we've been in an old film studio, and that keeps the actors excited too, because they never know what they're going to get because we just show up at these places and do these shows.
I think even Mother Nature loves Shakespeare because of all the wind today. There's so much wind, but it's such a beautiful night to be in a park and do something like this. I have some Shakespeare quotes here that blow my mind because I don't think people realize that in their everyday lives how often they quote Shakespeare.
That's right.
These are all Shakespeare quotes. "In my mind's eye, be true to yourself, forever and a day, love is blind, won't budge an inch, what's done is done, and I haven't slept a wink."
Yeah.
Those are all Shakespeare quotes.
That's it.
I mean,
That's it.
I use those on a daily basis, and I had no idea I was quoting Shakespeare.
That's right. And you know the one that always blows people's minds?
What?
That even babies know. Knock, knock, who's there? That's from Macbeth.
What's your favorite Shakespeare quote?
My favorite one is, "It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves." That's from Julius Caesar. And I hold that quote really close to my heart because I feel like anything that I want to do in life, I can do it. It's not up to destiny, it's not up to fate, it's not up to anyone else, it's up to me. And I tell my cast that all the time. The experience that you have on stage when you're giving this gift to our audience, it all comes from you. You don't worry about anything that's happening. The wind could be blowing, the rain could be coming down. If you hold on to that intention to make this a beautiful show, it's gonna be a fantastic experience for you. It's not up to the stars, it's not up to what's around us, it's all within, so yeah.
Wow, because of you, I'm a renewed, revived Shakespeare fan. So thank you.
Good.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
If you're looking for inspiration to make this a must-do for you, just talk to the people who partake in these pleasing performances.
Pray tell, what brings you to Shakespeare this evening?
Well, this is my first time this year. I made sure to come this year because I came last year and thoroughly enjoyed the show. The professionalism, and it's a beautiful evening for Shakespeare in Detroit.
Oh, I thought you were talking about our show. You mean Shakespeare? Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I love the acting. It's superb, in my opinion. I love the diversity of the places where they perform. I've been to a few across the city here, and I love Shakespeare. So it's awesome. It's all good.
I think I really love that Shakespeare tells these timeless stories and these compelling characters, and every production is new. I can have seen Merchant of Venice 2 years ago someplace else, and I know that a new director is going to bring something new to it, and I'm never going to be tired of it.
It's just like Under the Radar Michigan, only completely different and much better. So what brought you out? You're your girlfriend, or the beautiful evening?
That seems like a trick question. I'm gonna go with her.
Ah, you win $5. You win the $5. Give him $5, Jim.
If connecting with a little culture in a big city sounds like a horizon you'd like to expand, sample a season of Shakespeare in Detroit. You'll be shocked just how much Shakespeare you didn't know you already knew. So with heavy heart, we end this segment of UTR and leave you with yet another poignant and relevant Shakespeare quote.
From King Henry V. Men of few words are often the best men. Maybe I should have picked a different quote.